Welcome to Restored by Polish, where we talk about how polish helps us with our overall mental and physical well-being. I'm Krista.
I'm Jacqueline.
And I'm excited to do these videos. I really wasn't completely understanding of how much people really liked comparison videos until after I posted the comparison video, which I did when you were not with me.
Without me.
Yeah, and people just went crazy over these, looking at comparisons, which I get because I love them too.
But I told her it was because she did it alone. So I told her, you don't really need me.
It wasn't though, because if you looked at the other videos, it had nothing
I
to do,
know.
it had to do with the topic.
I was hoping,
Yeah, she was trying to get out
of this.
She was like, oh, you don't need me. I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't work like that.
Because I would rather do about a lot of things than be in front of a camera.
Yeah,
it's not really who I am, but I'm doing a lot of things outside of my comfort zone lately.
That's right.
This is not my comfort zone.
No. And we know that you're still kind of in grief mode right now too, so if you're not as peppy as you,
I probably won't be as antagonistic as normal.
Exactly. But she did tell me that I need to draw her out because her tendency is to, curl up in a ball in the house and not come out again. So I'm trying to get her to do some things. So
I'm a reflector.
Yeah.
That's a person that I am.
Which everybody deals with those kind of things differently. And so, but it is also good to get back into some normal things and stay in the land of the living, right?
True. Yes. So. There's a meme with Charlie Brown and Snoopy, and I pulled it down and it says, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember it perfectly. What do you do when life bucks you off? And it says, that's Charlie Brown, and then Snoopy says, get back on and start writing again. So I was like, okay. Or something like that. I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
The general idea is like, keep going. If you get bucked off a horse, you get back on.
Exactly, right? Yeah,
so
don't let it stop you.
It spoke to me because I'm a horse person.
There you go. Maybe I'll find the meme and stick it in here.
Yeah. I have it on my phone.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. All right. So based on that feedback that we got for the comparison video, I decided, well, let's continue the series. We did start the Dare to Compare series a while ago, and then of course we got sidetracked doing other things. I think it was when we started PPU, and so I never suggested it again to do it. So I think we're gonna get back to it. So we're gonna start going through, and I think we're gonna do a little mishmash. Sometimes we'll do mainstream polishes, and then sometimes we'll do indie polishes. So this one I thought for spring would be really good to do just some straight up cream pastel, well, not pastel, just cream yellows in general, because I love yellow polishes. I know a lot of people don't.
I feel like they're not as popular.
Well, they're kind of divisive, I think, and that some people love them and some people don't. And I think it all depends on the tone of the polish as well.
Right, because yellow is a mixed bag.
And I think once you can zone in on the which tone is good for you, then you know. And so this would be really good, I think, for that, so that you can see all of the different polishes in one swatch wheel, and then you can kind of make your decisions on those. So that's what I want to do today. So let's get the camera turned around and we'll take a look. All right, so we're gonna get started on this yellows comparison. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 polishes, and we're gonna do this from the palest to the darkest or brightest. And I have a mixture of some mainstreams, I think I just have one indie that's in here. So let's take a look at these. All right, the first one, which I love this one because
that is boring.
It is boring, and I've worn this one time. I wore it on my toes, and you were like, "Oh, it's a Zoya." And you know how Zoya always names all of her polishes after women's first names, and this one is.
Oh my word!
It's Jacqueline. I remember when I wore it, you were like, "Oh, so now I'm just like this boring blah blah blah." So it's hard to tell. I think it's just a cream, but there might be a tiny little bit of a.
That is not the polish that should be named after me.
No, probably not. It should be like a bright neon green.
Yep, pretty much. Oh yeah, that's pretty boring.
Yeah, I don't know why I was I think at the time I was just wanting something really soft.
It'd be cute for stamping flowers if you could use it for stamping.
Well, not to stamp it, but maybe just to stamp the flowers on it. So
no.
I don't know. It's pretty. I think it's pretty. But anyway,
that's why you own it.
That is I know, but I've only ever worn it once. So and obviously I don't go to it a lot. So all right, so the next now going up here, we're going to look at this one, which I actually wore recently. I wore it for Easter, actually. I did a Skittles Manny. We talked about this last year. It was in the Mentos collection from Insta-Dry, and it's called Youre the Zest on there. My camera's, I think we're too close over here. It doesn't want to focus. But this is just a really pretty white base pastel yellow. I love it. In fact, I loved it so much when I was wearing it for that Skittle that I was wanting to keep it out so I can wear it all on its own. You can definitely see the difference between the two. It almost looks like Jacqueline from Zoya here has like maybe a drop of like peach or something in it. It just looks a little bit
more brown tone.
Yeah, brown
here.
something. It's got something in it that's just making it a little bit more earthy looking. All right, the next one used to be my all-time favorite pastel yellow. If I wanted a pastel yellow, this was the pastel yellow that I went to, and it was from Color Club, and it is called Macaroon Swoon. I don't even have to look at it because I know it by heart, Macaroon Swoon. And I love it. Its formula is okay. I mean, it's not fantastic, but it does a job. It just has a really pretty tone. It's a little bit more yellow than like the Sally Hansen one next to it. So it's got like, I don't know, maybe one drop more of yellow in there. Still pastel though. It's just a little bit brighter on there. What do you think so far? You liking those? Any of those? All right, the next one is an indie from Olive Ave Polish. This is one of the ones I guess I need to put in here that this was actually, I won, so it was sort of gifted to me. I won this in a giveaway when this is the very first collection that she put out when she started her brand, and she did a giveaway, and somehow I won. And again, it's just going to be one of those little nice pastel yellows. Oh, and it's called Lemon Blossom. Lemon Blossom. I think her new spring collection has another yellow in there because I keep seeing comparisons coming up for.
That one's lighter.
It actually is lighter, which it didn't look like it in the bottle.
You messed up there,
I
Krista.
did, didn't I? Mm-hmm. I don't know how to sequence, do I?
That one actually looks like it's in between these two.
Yeah, it might be. So when they dry, maybe we could, we'll just push it around.
Well, that's going to be a while.
I know. I'm going to make you sit here the whole time until we can do that. All right, let's try this one. Look at this cute little baby. Isn't it adorable? Okay, this is a dollar store, Dollar Tree, iGlow polish.
Actually, Dollar Store is not $1 anymore.
I know, right? $1.25. I know.
That's a 25% increase.
It is. It's huge. I know. So I haven't worn this one yet, but I thought let's throw it in there because I want to see. I don't think I've even swatched this one before, and I was interested to see what the formula was going to be like. Ooh, it's a little. Yeah.
I like that one the best.
Do you? Well, it's probably just because it's color.
I like the
but
color
the formula, I mean, it's okay. It just seems a little.
It's $1. It's 25.
It was actually it was $1 for 3 of these in one pack.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It's really cheap. So I guess I can't slate it on that, but it does look a little, a little patchy on there. So, but yeah, that one's super pretty. We're getting into the brighter yellows now, so for sure. All right, next in the lineup here is this one from Essie, which is Essie's Hay There. I don't think I've worn this one either yet, but it's super pretty.
Surprising.
Yeah.
That you haven't worn it.
It's one I just haven't reached for. Like if I'm going to wear a yellow, I tend to wear the ones that are more white based. I like them to be a little bit brighter. And this one I feel like is a little bit more like goldenrod. Like again, that there might be a little, like a drop of orange in there or something. So, that one's kind of a little bit patchy too, but Essie doesn't make a yellow polish very often. So when Essie makes a yellow polish, you grab it because they just don't make them very often. So let's compare that one though to this China Glaze. This has been a favorite yellow of mine for the last year and a half or so. It's called Work It Honey. I think it was from a collection that was physical education or physical fitness or something like that. So, and I think it's probably pretty similar to this Essie one, but maybe a tiny bit brighter, not so.
Yeah, it's a little brighter.
It's a little brighter, yeah. But I have worn this one a couple of times and have enjoyed it, except for the long skinny brush. That's the only thing I don't like. But see how that kind of went on a little smoother?
Yeah.
Than the Essie one did, which is weird because the Essie one had the better brush. I think it's just the formula. Let's compare those two to my newest yellow in my collection. This one from Sinful Colors, which is Yolo Yellow. It's pretty cute. I think this one is still available. Another one of these long skinny brushes that makes me nuts. But I'm not going to slide it because their price is so good that, you really can't.
Well, those nice brushes are not cheap.
Nope, exactly. So again, I think we're like I got hair in there or something. Yes, but one more step up, right? For brightness. Yeah. So getting a little bit more like sunshiny yellow. All right, 2 more. So of course, Pure Ice isn't around anymore. I believe I got this when it was at the dollar store, and I was grabbing them because I knew Pure Ice was not going to be making polishes anymore. So this one is Showstopper on there, and it's definitely going into like sunny yellows. And we got another skinny brush. I also have not ever worn this one before, so ew, this is a tough one. It's probably more the brush than anything, but oh my goodness, I can't even.
It looks painful.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not like it's gloopy or anything. It's just not. It's probably more the brush than anything, but it's definitely looks a little more patchy. So if I'm going to go for a sunshiny yellow, the one that I usually would always pick, and I use this a lot in nail art, is this one from Sally Hansen. This is from their Extreme Wear line, and it's called Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, and it's the brightest one.
It's the brightest one, and it's not mellow at all, right?
No,
I know that makes no sense.
That makes no
There's
sense.
some irony. And again, we're back with these long, skinny oh, that is hard to work with. Oh, and look at how thin it is. I've never realized that before. Okay, so I am not going to use this anymore for nail art. Because it's not, it's the thinnest one we've put on. You know, I have never had luck with this particular line from Sally Hansen. I've never liked them. For whatever reason, they just don't seem to have the best quality formula. Although look at it, it's self-leveled really nicely. Now that it's on there, it did really level nicely.
It's just...
I wonder if I left the bottle open for a little bit, it would thicken up, I bet, and be a little better.
Maybe.
Okay, let's put our coats on and top coat, and we'll come back and do an overall comparison. Okay, so everything has top coat on it now, second coat and top coat. So everything is done in 2 coats, which I guess that's one thing to be said, is the fact that all of them, no matter how light or how dark, only required 2 coats. Although I feel like this one over here probably...
Your favorite?
That could have benefited from... Well, no, that wasn't my favorite. That was the... Oh, yeah, no, that's not the favorite one.
That's not your favorite.
All right, let's talk about it, though. Okay, the first one here is Jacqueline from Zoya.
Which I don't want to identify with.
It almost, to me, comes off as being a little creamy. You know, versus yellow. I mean, it is in the yellow category, but it's pretty creamy. And then this one, then
like
next
ivory.
to it is, like ivory, exactly. This one is the Sally Hansen Youre the Zest. The next one up here is Color Club. This was my favorite forever, Macaroon Swoon, and I still love it. I think I like both of those as far as pastel yellows go. The Olive Ave here is Lemon Blossom. And then this one over here was the iGlow. So that's why it's a cheap dollar, that's why. And it just, you can see it's kind of patchy. It probably needed another coat. So, but it's not horrible, I guess, if you could get away with it if you needed to. I kind of bonked this one, so I'm sorry. Don't look at the tip of it. This is Essie's Hay There, which still looks like, to me, it has like a little bit of orange in it, as does Werk It Honey, I think. This is China Glaze's Werk It Honey. The middle one here that I do actually have a hair in there, so ignore that. That's Sinful Colors Yolo Yellow.
You're a mess, girl.
I am. The one next to it is the Pure Ice, which is called Showstopper. And the very last one on the end here, the darkest one.
That's the one you were excited about.
Yeah.
Favorite?
Well, not that it was my favorite. It's the one that was the most jelly. That's Sally Hansen's Mellow Yellow from their Extreme line. Remember that was the one that was like, it seemed like the thinnest?
Yeah.
So, but it was my favorite that I used to use for nail art. And I feel like now for nail art, I would probably lean more towards the Sinful color ones because it seems a little bit more opaque. So, but
it's pretty similar in color tone.
Yeah, it really is. I feel like for me, out of all of these, my favorite is the Sally Hansen's Youre the Zest. That one to me is my favorite, and I'm so glad that I wore that on Easter on at least 2 of my nails, because now that I'm looking at all my yellows, it's definitely my favorite out of all of them. So, and I think it's because I just like a white-based pastel color. The whiter the better, because it pops better on these. So, what's your favorite?
I don't know. That's hard. I don't like any of those.
You don't like the pastels?
No,
yeah.
I'd be up here.
Yeah, you like the bright colors.
Maybe that one.
Oh, okay. And that one that's the Werk It Honey. Werk It Honey, that's the China Glaze. So you like the China Glaze and I like the Sally Hansen. So, Well, please leave any questions or comments below. Let me know. Is there another yellow that I should have that I might like better? Is there especially a pastel yellow? Does anybody have a better pastel yellow than that Sally Hansen one? Or just any yellows that you think I should have?
I feel like yellows are underrepresented in the nail polish.
They really are, because a lot of people don't like them. Right. You know, I definitely love a good pastel yellow. I really do.
Well, and as a maker, yellows are tough.
Yeah. Well, they are. Yeah, they're hard to make, right?
It's hard to get something that is less gold in color. It's hard.
Well, and also I think just to get coverage too.
Right.
Well, everyone expects yellows to be a 3 or 4 coater just because they're so hard to get opaque.
It's hard to get yellows just how you want them.
Right.
I'll say it like that.
Okay. All right. So they're hard to mix.
It's hard.
Basically.
Yeah, it's hard to get the tone that you're going for.
Right.
For sure.
Well, these all seem pretty decent, though. I can't really say I have any. I mean, except for the little iGlow, I think I could probably nix that one and get rid of it. But, you know, they're in my collection and they're not taking up much.
Do you have any
space.
thermal yellows?
No, the only thermal yellow that I know of is the one that you made for Loopy Frog.
Because I like that tone
a lot. I do too, and I like that one too. Maybe I'll insert the picture of that.
That tone is nice.
I kept it down. I have other yellows, but they're not creams. They're like indie mixes with glitters or things like that. Yeah. So these were just my
Well,
basic
I wonder if
creams.
we should make a thermal cream yellow.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should we do a thermal
fun.
cream yellow? All right, let's try it. Let's see.
Since Krista's all into the creams.
Yeah, well, or maybe I would like a pastel yellow that goes to a darker yellow.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be cool.
All right, well, you heard it here, guys. Maybe we'll have that this summer. We'll see what happens. Okay, so once again, leave comments or questions below. Thank you for joining us today. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye.
Bye.